my friends, and welcome to part 2 of my adventures in New York. If you saw part 1 or you follow my channel, you know that I've been on a trip with my friend Gail, and we went for 2.5 weeks and went to a few places in America, and I was thrilled with everyone. My first video sort of covers New York and Brooklyn, which was the first places we went to and things we did there, people we met. So I'll link that video below. And today is the second part. And this is, it was wonderful for me. It was wonderful for many years, and long before I had my own channel, I've followed a content creator called Kathy A. I've always admired Kathy. I love her honesty. I love how upfront she is with everything. I love what you see is what you get, which has always been my kind of person, as you all know. And I asked Kathy before I was going if it was possible to meet up with her. A few of the people that I wanted to meet up with, you know, I asked, Gail asked, and Kathy was on my list, very high on my list, and I asked it, you know, if it's possible to meet up with her. Well, not only did she meet up with us, but she opened her home to us, and we were there for a good part of the holiday. She took the time from work. She picked us up from, you know, the airport, and she took us back to the airport when we left. She drove for miles. She was so hospitable, I cannot tell you. She just opened her home, and I'm a vegan, and you know, she was asking beforehand, is there anything we'd like to eat or anything like that, and I just mentioned I was a vegan, and honestly, the whole fridge, she had a fridge full of vegan food. She cooked and done everything and made our rooms. Gail and I had our own rooms. She's only been in her house a little while in Connecticut, and you know, she made us so welcome and took the time to show us places and take us about, and I just loved every moment. And she lives in Connecticut, and it's so different from New York. It's so different. I've got to say that if I was to live in America, it's a short amount I've studied in 2.5 weeks. If I had to be airlifted to live in the States, I think I would pick the atmosphere of Connecticut. I really liked that area. Is it the New England area? I really liked it. For residential reasons, I think it's absolutely beautiful, and it kind of represents what I see in my mind as America, and always have done. I guess it's, New York is the iconic buildings and everything's exciting and it's fast moving, and you know, everybody's got to see the Big Apple. But at the end of the day, as fabulous as it was, it's just London with a different accent. You know, the iconic things, and a lot of people would love to live there. A lot of people love to live in London, and that's great. But I prefer somewhere quieter, and I think New England for me is the place that I would choose. Kathy took us to a place called Mystic. I think it was so beautiful. It's where the film Mystic Pizza is based on. And on the last night, we were there, the night before we came home, because we went back to Kathy's on the last night. We had, she made us pumpkin pie, and we watched Mystic Pizza. And it was just so magical. It was just so wonderful to me. I had such a wonderful time there. It was so good because Kathy likes cameras. So Gail wasn't completely bored, bless her heart. You know, she's met up with all these beauty ladies and she was so patient. But obviously she's for both of us because she loves the makeup too. So it was lovely to share that with her and her makeup and the beautiful things she has, and you know, to take me to the places that I've sort of only ever heard of, to Ulta and Sephora, and places that I've only ever heard of and heard of my lovely American friends speaking of. So I made a bit of dent in my pocket there. Obviously I will be sharing that with you at a later date. And she gifted me some beautiful things. So I've just been, it was just wonderful. It was a wonderful time. I love the way the houses are there. It's how I see America when I picture it in my head, you know, with the sort of big fronts and the rocking chairs on the porch and the wooden houses and the distance between the houses. And it's how I see America, because we don't have that in England. We don't have that kind of layout of homes, and I just thought it was absolutely wonderful and I loved every moment of it. And I can never thank you, Kathy, enough for being so generous to me and to my friends. Thank you so much. So another place Kathy took us was, she took us to a submarine, a shipping place, and there were submarines there, and there was the first submarine, I believe it's the first nuclear submarine. And it was so fascinating because you go down inside it and you can really see how the men lived in the war, how tightly packed it was, and they've got models in there and it's still the original setup, and you can see the kitchens and the bathrooms and where they slept and everything on this submarine, and it really fascinated me. And Kathy's dad actually served on that ship. On that submarine. So I just thought it was so fascinating because Kathy had so many stories, obviously, with it being her dad. And that was another lovely place that really sort of touched your heart, you know. And I thoroughly enjoyed that. So we had a wonderful time in New England, and I really loved Connecticut. And then we moved on. Well, we went back to Kathy's after a while. But we went on to our third destination. Oh my goodness. It was Nashville. What an incredible experience that was. It's called the Music City of the world. And on Broadway, it really is. I have never seen anything with so much music and exactly how you imagine a place to be. Nashville was cowboy hats, cowboy boots, honky-tonk bars, and I loved every single minute. Our first friend came to meet us in Nashville. We flew over to Nashville and we had a lovely Airbnb there. It was a beautiful place. And it was a house, and we had the whole house. It was lovely. It was really lovely. And our first guest that come to meet us, and I was so humbled that she did, was our Monica McKillicuddy. What a cracking lady she is. Monica, again, what you see is what you get. Says it down the line absolutely as it is. And I like Monica very much. Very much. She's, again, very kind. She took so much time to teach me things about filming, about growing on Instagram, she really took the time with me because she's very talented, and the technical side, she knows so much more than me, and she chewed water off a duck's back. She knows it so well. And she had the patience, and boy, you have to have patience teaching me anything. But she had the patience, and she taught me so much, and I'm so grateful for that. The first day that she was there, the first day we went out to dinner, we went to Kid Rock's honky tonk bar. Oh my goodness, was it fantastic.
Sit with me. We've got stronger beer. You ready? We got stronger beer. We got stronger beer. And the crowd goes wild.
Johnny, that's the truth. I think I need to move to Canada.
Well, yeah, but you're drinking Coors Light. But you know what? In our defense, because I was talking to our buddy from California up there, he came down. He said, I'd love to buy you a drink. What do you have?
A better door than I am window.
No, it's a video. Keep going.
Worked out way better than it was supposed to. We don't do that song right there. That was badass, guys. That was very cool. All right.
I will never forget that day. Anybody been in the honky tonk bar or seen the film of a honky tonk bar? That's exactly as it is. The waitresses come up and you have the typical honky tonk with fries, and they did vegan. They catered for vegan. I've got to say, the whole trip in America, I had no trouble at all catering for vegan, and for that I was really grateful. But the honky tonk bar was something else. And as you walk down the street, everywhere, imagine every single shop, every single opening, there is music coming out, country music coming out, and you really get to realise that the people that never make it big, never make it into big time. I love country music. It's probably my favourite music, and modern country I absolutely love. So we went into Kid Rock's place, which I didn't know about, and Monica particularly wanted to see that. And we went in, and she was so right, and she so told us the right day to go because it wasn't too crowded. It was crowded, but not overcrowded. The band that was on was fantastic, and they were taking requests, and Monica won the giveaway. One of the guys in the band said, if you first person to friend us on Instagram, I think that's what they said. And you can imagine, it's a whole crowded place. And then he said, I've got the winner, and it's Monica McKillicuddy. She was so shocked. She nearly fell off her stool. So the three places we visited, Nashville and, New England and New York, were all absolutely different. Absolutely different. And I loved everyone in its own way. If I had to choose one to live, it would definitely be New England. I love that area. I loved the others, and I would return again and again. But if I had to actually live, then that would be probably the quieter area that I would prefer to live. As I said, Monica is a cracking girl and extremely funny and very witty, and we got on really, really well. I had 3 more visitors. We had 3 more visitors. On the Wednesday, I believe Marta come over from Marta. I can never pronounce her channel. I can never pronounce her name. I'm going to put it right across the top here. And I'm sorry, Marta. I can't pronounce English names. But I'll put it across the top here. She's a firecracker. Just as you see her online, as you see her in her channel, she is everything you see and more. She's a real firecracker. She has got, fire in her belly. She really has. And Marta flew all the way from Miami, and it was really great to see her. She had a great day out with Gail. They went to some places together. while me and Monica did some makeup shopping. I'll share that with you. I'll share the things that I bought, but I just sort of wanted to speak to you about the experience more today. But I will share with you the things, you know, that I brought. So then the day, 2 days before we came home, I had another 2 visitors. We had another 2 visitors. And it was so hard to believe that these ladies did this, to come across, to drive so far to see us. And I'm really, really humbled by it. But Christian, 321, and Melissa, 55, drove all across to see us. For quite a few hours they drove to see us, and they are remarkable, remarkable ladies. They both are. Some people photograph better than others, and I've got to say this, and I hope she doesn't mind me saying it. But Christian is even more beautiful than she is in her videos. She's really beautiful. She is in her videos, I don't mean she's not, but she's even more so in real life. And she's so warm, and she's so welcoming, and she's just a really great person who I really hope with all my heart that I meet again. And I'm determined, if God's willing, that I will go back and see these ladies again, because they're just amazing. And Christian is just, I'm going to link all the channels below, but Christian is just such a laugh. And I'm sure a lot of you know her channel, and a lot of you know her through her craft blogs with Melissa. And they just bounce off each other. They're terrific friends. They know each other so well, and wonderful, wonderful company, wonderful company. And of course, Melissa, who doesn't know Melissa 55? Again, I was so honoured that she came. Melissa is absolutely the person you see. She is a stunningly beautiful woman, but she's stunningly beautiful on the inside. She's one of the most kindest, gentlest, genuine people I've ever met in the whole of my life. She's so giving, she's so caring. She's just such a lovely, lovely person. She's exactly what you see. She's not at all boastful, she's not at all conceited, she's very unsure of herself, she's very shy in a lot of ways, and she's just so sweet and so kind, and I just wish the world had more Melissas in it. Yes, she's beautiful, she is beautiful, but the soul that she has, I just wish the world had more people like that in it. And I love her very much. I love her very, very much. So they were my adventures, and I'm so grateful I went. I'm so grateful for Gail, for, you know, that we did this together, and I will never forget it. I want to go back. I definitely want to go back. But my first journey, I will never forget it, and I will never forget how welcoming the American people were to me, and how wonderful it was to meet these lovely ladies that I've admired for so long. And I thank every one of them for making the effort to come and see us. I am very, very humbled that you did that, and I'm very grateful and thank God very much for knowing each and every one of you. So I hope you've enjoyed my videos. I will share with you some of the things I've got, and I've got quite a few things. But I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my story that I wanted to tell you when I was away. But as I said, the my iPad died, isn't that typical? But I hope you'll share them with me now. Thank you for watching, guys. We'll be back to normal next week. I will see you really soon. Take care. Bye.